Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by your local Ford stores. By Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting country star Dustin Lynch April 27th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Elliott Bay, a little murky and gray and rainy, and that's our day today here. It's spring. We were spoiled over the weekend, but it comes a little bit, the weather today, roof on, we're A-OK. Brad Adam and Bill Kruger with you out here in the pen, getting you set. Game 2, it's Rangers, it's Mariners, and I tell you what, former Ranger Nelson Cruz starting to heat up for the Mariners. A little 3-game hit streak, 5 of 12, and doing some damage.
Well, he's truly important. I think we all know what this guy brings to the table. With the 44 home runs last year and hit over 300, hit 304 in the ballpark. And, you know, I saw it on Sunday. Hit that ball in the alley off a pass it for a double on a breaking ball. I said, he's got it. And then last night, pulled the ball, first time up for a double, and then this long home run off Keela on a breaking ball, opposite tank for the 2-run homer. He's starting to lock in. When you're staying on breaking balls and hitting them 400 feet to the opposite field, you're a scary customer, and certainly he's done it in the past. 357 was 4th in the major leagues last year against left-handed pitching. He's the engine that's going to make it go against a left-handed starter tonight.
As they have, as you just said, we're going to starters right now, and the Mariners need that because they have not done well against lefties this year. They need to start hitting from the right side. Cruz definitely does that. All right, let's take a look at our matchups. Our Lexus pitching matchup tonight. Starters both lefties. Derek Holland for the Rangers. 1 turn missed. The Mariners in Texas. You see his numbers there, hurt the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Wade Miley making the Safeco Field debut as a Mariner, as a member of anybody. Again, his first time he's pitched here, one of 3 parks. He's never pitched in. He got a no decision in Texas against the Rangers, his first turn. Well, the rain not keeping the fans away. That is good to see. Exactly. Come on in to stay warm. We've got a little fireside out here in the pen. Come out here, hang with Bill and I, a little fireside chat. Getting you set. Dave and Mike back with the call.
Ah, yes, the wonderful functionality of Safeco Field. It's raining, so what? Bring the roof. We'll play some ball tonight. Game 2 as the Mariners take on the Texas Rangers, the defending American League West champions. Good to have you with us, everybody. Dave Sims, along with Mike Blowers and the Root Sports crew, and we're ready for action. Here's the Texas lineup.
Nomar Mazara, the number 2 hitter. 2 games, 5 for 8 with a home run, so fast start to his career. Then you have Fielder. He had a home run off of Miley in Arlington. Adrian Beltre, he's been the hot hitter. Want to be careful with him. Elvis Andrus, no steals this year, and he's been caught 3 times. He will continue to run. And Odor, 2 for 5 with a double and 3 RBIs in last night's game.
Wade Miley ready. First pitch in there, called strike 1 to Delino DeShields.
You can see what Miley did last year, an 11-game winner, a 4.46 ERA.
Push bunt attempt goes foul, and one thing we've learned from watching Wade during the spring and in his first game last week at Texas, don't blink with this guy in the mound.
He likes to work quickly. You can see 147 strikeouts to 64 walks last year. Opponents hit 265 against him.
This is his very first game in Safeco Field. He will have completed the circuit when he gets to Cleveland and Minnesota. Shields had the night off last evening. He and Desmond played at center field. Shields off to a slow start, hitting a .143. 1-2 pitch. Doug Eddings says balls and strikes. Laz Diaz at first, Corey Blazer at second, Jeff Nelson at third. Strike 3 called. Good start for Wade Miley as a Mariner in Safeco Field.
Take a look at the defense for the Mariners. Nelson Cruz, the DH last night, back in right field tonight. Luis Sardinas getting the first start over at shortstop, and Daeho Lee will be the first baseman tonight. Chris Iannetta behind the plate. Last start for Miley against these Rangers, 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. 3-run home run by Prince Fielder is the one that hurt him. For Miley, he has a good fastball. He'll be around 91 miles an hour. Against these Rangers, he threw a slider a lot, right about 32% of the time. Also mixed in a changeup and a curveball.
Usually when you do that breakdown, then maybe one pitch and there's about another one coming. He's already thrown 2 pitches.
He will not turn his back to the catcher.
That's going to drop in for a base hit. Martin will get it back in.
He has been hot.
Nomar Mazara.
Looks like they want to pitch him inside. Miley able to get the fastball there, breaks his bat. Well, he still ends up getting a base hit.
So his 3rd big league game, he's 6 for 9
with a home run.
Pretty impressive. You see the Mariners defensively moving over to the right. Prince Fielder, the hitter. Prince 3 for 10 against Miley. Rangers as a team have done some running. They're 5 out of 9. The Mariners 0 for 4. It's Jeff Bannister, American League Manager of the Year 2015. Fielder in last night's game drove in 2 runs, one with a sacrifice fly, the other with a base hit. 1 for 4. He's got service. Very calm during his media session today. Just got to be ourselves here. Mariners looking for their first win at home. They're 0-4. It's inside. Livened it up a little bit yesterday. Kangaroo Court. They got the pool table coming in before long. Just want guys to be themselves. It's hardly any. There's no panic at all. I know you listen to Sports Talk Radio and ready to blow up the ship, and they've played 7 games. There's a double play opportunity. Seager got his feet tangled up there. He completes the double play. A 6-5-3 twin killing. Nori Aoki will get things started, followed by Luis Sardinas and Robinson Cano when we come back. The Mariners will swing against Holland has 10 career wins against the Mariners. Nori Aoki coming up. Hopefully he can help to change the Mariners' fortunes tonight as they look for their first home win. Here's a look at the rest of the Mariners' batting order.
Hitting second will be Luis Sardinas. Getting a start at shortstop, batting second. Just 1 for 2 against left-handers this year, but the one hit, a home run. Then you have Nelson Cruz, 3 RBIs and a home run in last night's ball game. Has really swung the bat well over the last 3 games. Chris Iannetta, a .444 batting average against lefties this year, including a home run. And Dae-Ho Lee had a pinch hit last night, grounded out, but he'll get the start and hit 8th tonight.
6-game hitting streak for Aoki.
And for Holland last year, 4-3 record, ERA just under 5. Was hurt most of the year.
Tribute to him coming back from multiple injuries. That shoulder injury last year and the year before he had a knee injury. So his time has really been limited. Aoki's got a good count here, 2-0. There's a strike. Beltre in on the grass at third. So lifted to center field to Shields. Has it.
Well, we'll take a look at the defense for the Rangers. Desmond was in center field last night, moves back to left field. Delino DeShields, who did not play, is in center field tonight. Brian Holiday didn't play yesterday, but he'll do the catching and bat ninth for the Rangers this evening. For Holland, he has a good fastball. He'll be averaging around 93 miles an hour. Also mixes in a slider and a curveball, an occasional changeup from him.
Strike 1 to Luis Sardinas, his first start as a Mariners shortstop. 2 for 9, had a monster home run down in Texas. Holland, 29 years old, out of Newark, Ohio, lives in Irving, Texas. Foul back.
A little bit unusual for the Mariners. This is their 8th game, already the 5th left-handed starter to pitch against them.
They need to bone up on that number, as you know. They're hitting a .171 against lefties, .262 against right-handers. 1-2 here to Sardinas.
I think one of the things that will help is Nelson Cruz is swinging the bat much better. That'll help against lefties. Nobody did more damage against left-handers last year than Nelson Cruz. It was good to see Franklin Gutierrez solid line drive base hit last night.
2-2. Marte getting the night off. He's been struggling at the plate. Was off balance a lot last night. 1-0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. There's Goody. DHing tonight, batting 7th. 2-2 pitch. Inside. Full count. Robbie Cano on deck. Sardinas, 1 hop to Beltre. 2 away. As always, good commerce happening out in the pen. Thank goodness for the roof here. Temperature at 51 degrees, rain outside, but people are quite comfortable inside Safeco Field. There's a good look at it from up here in the TV area. Here's Cano looking to break an 0 for 10. And he does have outstanding numbers against Derek Holland. 2 home runs, 15 for 37. Robbie pretty much straight up. Beltre shifted over to his left a little bit. There's the alignment, 1-1. Oh, 2 strikes.
I'd like to see Cano Get things moving in the right direction again. Started off great down in Arlington. In his last 4 games, just 2 for 16.
He's got service time, but he slowed down obviously after that great start. Haven't had too many pitches to hit deep counts. Been trying to do too much. Good aggressive player with that team. The team struggling. Worked the count to 2-2. Two outs, nobody on. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Derek Holland, most wins he has against an opponent, 10 against the Mariners, 10-4 with a 3.59 ERA at Safeco Field, 3-1. Two. Good job by Cano to foul that one off.
Yeah, pretty good two-seam fastball at 92 miles an hour. Started on the corner, but you can see from our EQC tracer just off the plate inside.
First inning, no score. 2-2 pitch coming here to Robinson Cano.
And right back with it again.
Do you use that little guy, that Mattingly thing on the thumb? That little.
Yeah, the donut.
The donut. Yeah.
It's a rubber donut, and it's just to protect your hand from getting a bone bruise. And yeah, from time to time.
Remember when Don Mattingly went their stretch? You might even been with the club there. His ball's hit well down the line, but it's going to go foul. Were you with the club during that time when he started wearing that?
Yeah,
with the Yankees?
he had it when I was in. Some guys like to use it just so that the handle doesn't get too deep in their hand. They want to keep it in their fingers.
Yeah, you're not trying to make sawdust out of that bat, right?
Exactly. Exactly right.
Cruz uses it as well. Long at bat here, 2-2. Making him work.
Yep, working on his pitch count right now. This next pitch will be number 10 to Cano. 20 pitches overall for Holland here in the first.
Robbie with the unbelievable start in Texas. Looking for his first base hit since Saturday. Center field for DeShields coming in. And that'll do it. Long at bat. And Holland wins that battle. Nothing across for the Mariners. Second inning coming up. He didn't think it was going to get out. Thought he was going to pull a hamstring.
It had a hustle double earlier in the game,
Yeah.
in the first, when he drove in the first run for the
nice
Mariners.
Job. Beltre, Desmond, and Odor, 4, 5, and 6 for the Rangers. Beltre. Down to Seager, plays the hop nicely, 1 away. We come to above the A in Safeco Field here in our Roots Sports booth. Ian Desmond will stand in. Had a nice conversation with him. He's making the conversion as a big leaguer to the outfield, but he played a lot of outfield as a youngster, and then when he got to travel teams, he was always the best athlete. So guess what? You're playing shortstop. And he's thrilled to be playing in the outfield, particularly like center field. But he's done most of his work in left field, obviously, during spring training, because center field are in pretty good shape there. Time called it. But he's real happy to be with this Texas ball club.
He's had a couple of starts against the Mariners in center field.
Yep.
Including last night.
Desmond, a long-time shortstop with Washington. Wade Miley, nobody works quicker than he does now that Mark Burley's retired. 1-2.
I had a good conversation with Mel Stottlemyre today about Miley and how quickly he works. He said that he's always been that way, and he was going back to when he was in Arizona. And he said at times he really needs to slow down just a little bit.
That's right. They were together in Arizona.
That's right. And he said that we may see him making a few extra trips out of the dugout tonight. He said he gets in such a quick mode, and then if he makes a mistake with a pitch, sometimes he'll repeat that because he's going so quickly, as opposed to just taking a deep breath and starting all over again.
From the third base side of the rubber, 1-2 pitch. Ball 2. Desmond, a late signee, he's a free agent. This is what we thought we'd see a lot of at some point. You know, get a veteran guy. He wants to get set. You knew this was going to happen at some point during the season.
Well, we saw it a little bit in Arlington with Beltre. Beltre did it a few times.
Because I know when the Mariners have faced Burley, we've talked about, hey, you need to break his pattern a little bit, break his mold, get out, step out every now and then. And remember, I think one time we saw Burley, there's a lot of young kids in the lineup, and they just kept staying in, and he was able to establish his pattern.
Yeah, got into a good rhythm.
Yeah. Well, Desmond strikes out, and that's a good one for Wade Miley, is second of this ball game. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Two outs brings up Root Ned Odor, second baseman. Odor, leadoff man in last night's game. Here's a pop-up. Miley's got it, and a nice 1-2-3 inning. So Wade Miley in his first appearance at Safeco Field is through 2 innings. He's got a couple of Ks, working fast and efficiently. the Braves play their first game in Atlanta. Hall of Famer Joe Torre, 2 home runs for the home team. Willie Stargell, another Hall of Famer. 13th inning, 2-run jack. Pirates win it. Braves at that point had moved from Milwaukee, where they'd been since about 1953, and prior to that they were the Boston Braves. Here's the boomstick Nelson Cruz. Cruz has done a lot of damage to Texas pitching since he left that ball club. In 103 at bats, he's got a .350 batting average, 10 homers and 21 runs batted in. He's done well against Holland, 3 for 8. Cruz, Seager, and Iannetta 4, 5, and 6. And a Mariner batting order.
See the first 3 pitches, fastballs, all of them on the inside corner. And I thought that that's what Holland was going to try to do. He had a conversation with Adrian Beltre when the inning was going to start. Beltre's right on the line. And typically he'll be further off. But sometimes the pitchers will let your third baseman know, this is the way I'm going to pitch him, and I want you to hug the line. Of course, Cruz with a double down that line last night.
2 for 4, home run, 3 runs batted in.
Stays in there.
Well, he accounted for all the Mariner runs last night. He's got a full count. Kyle Seager on deck. Payoff to Nelson Cruz. Bouncing ball to the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. And he throws out his former teammate. 1 out here in the second. First college night of the season. It's coming up Friday, April 29th at 7:10. Students will enjoy extended happy hour specials, including $6 beers for those 21 and over. Tickets are only $12 at mariners.com/college. Student ID required. There's Kyle Seager. 2 for his last 7. A guy that Texas pitching staff hates to see. Got a .332 career batting average against Texas pitching with 15 home runs.
It's interesting the way they've set up their defense. Typically when Kyle's hitting, they'll put the shift on, but that's not the case with Holland on the mound. Kyle was on base 3 times last night, scored 2 of the 3 runs. Walk, base hit, and was hit by a pitch.
Outside from Holland. Slow start for Kyle against lefty pitchers. 2 for 13 with a home run. A 2-1 count here. Three and 1. Marlins' last win here in Seattle, August 27th of 2013, as Chris Iannetta waits. 3-1 pitch. In tight, almost hit him. He's aboard with a walk. Jeff Nelson, the crew chief. And here's Desmond trying to call timeout here. He wasn't set. And he's having a conversation with Doug Eddings. And then between innings, Jeff Nelson, the crew chief. There's Jeff Nelson talking to Service, Scott Service, probably about a whole timing thing. Here's Iannetta going the other way. Long run for Mazara. Diving catch makes it. Nice play, and hustling back is Seager. So he doesn't get doubled up, but a heck of a play by Mazara, running hard towards the right field line.
Takes extra bases, and with Seager running almost all the way to second, if he doesn't catch that, that would have been a run for the Mariners. So the Mariners, 5 hitters that have put the ball in play, and 3 of them have hit the ball hard. They've yet to have a base hit.
Boy, it's hitting in some tough luck. Mariners started tonight that batting average on base on balls in play. Mariners last in the major leagues at .234 coming into tonight's ball game. That's got to turn around. And it will.
According to the numbers, it does.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, it doesn't give you a timetable on how fast. That's
good point. Great point. Hopefully it'll be tonight.
It's not like a train schedule or anything. We're in the Griffey gear. We're down to 103 days until Junior goes into Cooperstown. Two outs. Seager at first. Goody's got a 1-1.
Franklin didn't start in yesterday's game. He came off the bench. Hit a line drive into left field for a base hit.
They give him a lot of room in the right center field gap, and that's where he had a lot of success in spring training and for the better part of last year when he played. 2-1.
We've talked about it a lot. That's where his power is at. So far, a lot of off-speed pitches from Holland.
Mariners trying to end this 4-game losing streak after the fine 2-1 start down in Texas for the first win here at home. 2 outs and a 2-2 pitch to Franklin Gutierrez. Beltre with a nice play. He'll go short way to get Seager at second. Well done by the Gold Glover. Jay Buhner's going to join us. First time this season. Buckle up. Third inning coming your way next. And if you want to get to Cooperstown, it'll be a heck of a lot quicker taking Delta Airlines than taking I-90 across to Albany and then hanging, was that hanging a left there? I guess that would be hanging a right. Well, for the first time here in 2016, we are pleased to welcome in the Mariner Hall of Famer himself as we look at Elvis Andrus. The one, the only Jay Buhner. Sir, welcome.
How are y'all? It's good to be here.
What are you going on? You going low key on us here? You going low energy on us? What's up with that?
I'll get going. First, see, I got to keep. It's right out of the gate. We're just gonna kind of slowly work my way in a little bit. No, it's all good. How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you.
Good.
Got to get these boys a W.
I hear you. I agree. Well, last year they said I was the schlep rock. They said I was bad luck. I was the cloud. Every Tuesday, it's you again. Oh, God, that means we're going to lose. So this year, we're going to change it up. It's not my fault. I haven't been here yet, so nice try.
How about Miley and his pace?
I like it.
And
I like
Desmond,
it. Get it and go.
And Desmond trying to break it up.
Well, and that's, you know, early on, and that's what you got to do. You got to break a guy's rhythm.
Up the middle, base hit for Elvis Andrus.
And how's the umpire not grant him a chance to slow him down? You know that's the game plan. I mean, they don't have, it's not a Sunday getaway day where they got to catch a flight and get out of town. I mean, come on. I know it's about speeding up the game, the 30-second clock on the pitcher going out to the mound, and come on. It's a cat and mouse.
It's raining outside, but it's also 48 degrees. Maybe Doug Eddings is cold.
We get sleeves.
Good answer.
That is a good one. Well,
I mean, come on. But at the same time, too, at the end of the inning, in between innings, I love how Jeff Bannister went out and had a little talk with third base umpire just to kind of get things and sticking up for his players. I love it.
Miley averaging between 8 and 9 seconds per pitch this evening.
But you know that. I mean, if a guy, that's part of the scouting report. If a guy gets into a rhythm, you got to figure out a way to slow him down, and that's one way to do it.
Going the other way, Ryan Rua.
Or do that.
Rua 5 for his last 9, and the Rangers in business. 1 out runners at the corners.
Bat died a hero, didn't it?
Which
off the end of the bat, but
which
that's
is just
all right.
fine, right? He had 3 hits in last night's game. Pretty good hitting too. That pitch down out of the strike zone. He just stayed with it right off the end of the bat.
Yeah, that is definitely a spoiler right there. Miley makes a great pitch, and that guy just flicks it out of there over in the right field.
Going to bring up their catcher, Brian Holiday.
You mentioned Bannister. How about the exchange between Scott Service and him? Did you see it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Maybe that'll create a nice little rivalry during the course of the season, you know. But yeah, that's Jeff. He don't back down from anything, and I think he's definitely earned his stripes. He's going to make the most of his opportunity up here in the big leagues. And I think that's the first thing, is getting the respect from his players, and I think that's one reason why they love him and love playing for him. They'll run through a wall for the guy.
And I think Scott coming out of the dugout and not backing down either went a long way with his guys.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to. You got to set the tone right out of the get-go. So that was a little finger pointing, and that's okay. That's it.
How'd it go the other night when you were watching the game with Junior?
It went good. We had fun. We had fun.
Sounded like it.
Rapping about old times. Hey, there's nothing better than be able to do an interview and have his back turned to you. And so I had him right where I loved him.
That was great.
He had no clue what I was, and he was nervous. So to see him nervous like that and out of his element, and then plus he had to look at that thing. So he was like,
and
he's like, what I go, yeah, you got to look at that. You got to look up there, man. He's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So he's like constantly like this. That's why he was like this the whole time. So I kept moving in on him, making him nervous. He's like, and then he had a hole in his sock that was, I'm not kidding you, the size of a quarter. And you know Junior, if he finds a little bit of weakness in you, he's going to get in there and just go to town on you. And I mean, I look down, I'm like, oh no, come on. You're like, you got your own brand swingman, and you got a hole this big in your socks. Come on, I'll buy you a pair. Good grief. So he didn't like that a whole lot. The fact that I was able to get even, he couldn't get back on me. But then he tried to say, oh yeah, they're my good luck socks.
Yeah, you weren't buying.
That's a good one.
They seem to be having a good time.
He is, I tell you, the guy's loving life and making the most of it, and he should. He's still got deferred payments till the time he I mean, you got to walk to the mailbox every 1st and 15th. Life is tough. But, you know, he's living life through his kids. He's got a great family. He's a great family man, and he's learning to enjoy it. And you could see that. I think everybody will agree. It's good to see him with his guard down a little bit.
Finds a hole into left field. Base hit and a run scored. 1-0 Texas. RBI for Brian Holiday as Andrews scores.
Well, that's the key to hitting right there. You put the ball in play and things can happen, right?
We'll take a look at it.
Move it forward. Little top spin just over the top of the, just to the edge of the glove.
3 consecutive singles, a 1-0 lead.
Holiday's got some big shoes to fill, doesn't he?
Chirinos is out.
That's tough. That's a tough break for them. No pun intended.
Shin-Soo Choo, he's out for time.
Well, that kid has just made a heck of a play out there thanks to Choo not being out there.
Yeah, Mazzara.
That kid, he's special looking.
Swinging the bat really well.
We found out he can play some defense too.
First and second in on the corners for the Mariners.
Oh, looky here.
And the Shields.
Early on, a little small ball.
Mike and I talk about this all the time about the shifts and how you beat it, and A, and then B, the bunting ability around Major League Baseball is not very good. You want to weigh in on some of that?
Especially with Robbie. If Robbie leaves a little too soon, he's just going to push bunt it hard to second base, and it's a base hit all day with his speed.
That's trouble.
Oh boy, that's all kinds of
Get
trouble.
home too.
Base hit.
And
I
he's
think
hurt.
Miley's hurt too, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's trouble in so many
Oh,
ways.
man.
Oh boy. Both of them wanted to make the play.
And that's a nice bunt right there because both momentums are going, both guys are going the opposite direction to where they got to throw. It's obviously a little wet out.
Cold
You can see
on top of
Chris called it, tried to wave him off,
Oh,
and then right
stepped on
there
his foot.
stepped on him.
That's going to leave a mark.
You hate to see that.
Oh,
Fork
that's a
and
good way to
second.
break an ankle, huh?
Base hits.
Already saw one freak
he
accident with
rolled.
A.J. Pollock, right?
The right ankle, he rolled that a little bit. Then this one the left one got stepped on as he was trying to break the right ankle. Do you see that roll over a little bit?
Well, he's fortunate that his spikes came up out of the ground so he could spin out of it.
Yeah, because that leads to either. That could be knee problems too. That thing sticks in the ground.
Miley.
You could see him right there. He was letting Chris know that that was his fault. He knows that he should have been able to get out of the way.
Now get him a double play ball and help himself out a little bit right here.
Gonna run in, bases loaded, nobody out. And Nomar Mazara's the hitter at third. You got Ryan Rua, Ryan Holiday at second, and Delino DeShields at first. Mazara has been on fire. 6 for his last 9. Got a base hit to center in the first inning. Mazara 2 for 4 in last night's game. Rangers are run on 5 hits. We're in the third. Slaps it down the left field line, but foul. Mazara nearly going 0 for 2 runners in scoring position with an RBI.
See, Miley's throwing a lot of strikes. 37 pitches, 28 strikes. Base 11 batters, 8 first pitch strikes.
0-2. Got him in chase. Needed that.
Nicely done.
Now get the double play.
There you go.
Third
I like
strikeout
it.
from Miley.
Take advantage of an aggressive young hitter right there. Let him get himself out. Nice work.
Man, he's still a little bit tender on those puppies.
I made it feel a little bit better though.
We'll get him taped up in between innings.
There you go. We got one of the best trainers in baseball down there, Rick Griffin, so he'll work his magic.
Fielder, the hitter, bounced into a double play, and right now, after watching Fielder go upper deck down in Texas against Miley last week, big concern for this at bat. Two-0 count.
Twenty pitches in the inning for Miley.
2-0 to Fielder. Slicing drive. Left center field. Getting over to get it is Martin. Throw to second. Scoring on the play is Ryan Rua. It's 2-0 Texas.
That would have been a nice double play right there. Back pick him at second before the runner scores right there. Nice try. I like it. That's why you got to run hard all the way from third base home, cross home plate. Never know in this game.
CenturyLink, what's next? Wrap up the series. 12:40 start tomorrow. A.J. Griffin is coming off of 2 seasons lost to Tommy John surgery. 3-2 career against the Mariners. Taijuan Walker 1-1 against Texas career.
Oakland A, ex-Oakland A, right?
Yes, sir.
Boy, it seems like a lot of those kids that leave out of there end up having zipper. They got another one that's on the shelf now, I just read. It's pretty special arms, though, too, though.
Yes, indeed. Adrian Beltre grounded out to third.
Is he any good? I mean, he's just like a human vacuum cleaner at
he's
third
already
base. He
made a
makes
couple of nice
everything
plays.
look so easy. And you know, Mike, it ain't easy being over. That's the reason why they call it the hot corner.
It is for him.
It is. I mean, he just, after watching some of the drills he does in spring training up on the cut, you can't hit him hard enough, and he's just picking it left and right. Pretty impressive.
Right now, advantage Miley. 0-2.
With that RBI for Fielder, not hitting much, just 214 with a home run, but he's driven in at least 1 run in 7 of the 9 games that they've played now. That RBI gives him 10.
Miley ahead
Really?
0-2. And hit foul. Spike on there to get out of the way.
That's taking advantage of your opportunities, isn't it? Take what the game gives you, and what the pitcher gives you, know the situation. I like it.
You saw the sacrifice fly. He did the same thing last night.
He did. Hey, at least get one, right? There's your attitude adjuster. That might be all you get all night long, but at least you got something positive to build off of.
Here comes the 0-2 to Adrian Beltre. 2 out, 2 on. 1-1.
I love how AB always, he's got the happy feet. He's always dancing in the box on his check swings, and then he always wants to check. He always points
did it
out.
last night.
It's like you're getting yourself out. What are you doing?
He did it
Why
last
do you
night.
do that? And then he laughs.
And then he laughs.
1-2 strikes. Time called by Iannetta.
At least he got time granted.
Big pitch here at 1-2. Way upstairs, and a fine save by Iannetta. My goodness.
There you go, Jay.
He's going, fish ain't biting.
2-2, 2 outs, 2 on.
At least he has a good time, right?
Yep.
That's what it's all about. I love how they all try to touch his head. He's got that thing about don't touch me. Oh,
When he's had some homers and looked like a couple of brawls were going to break out
man.
the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, he'll start swinging.
Tough hombre, 2-2. Riley trying to get out of trouble. Oh, that's going to be trouble big time. 3-run homer. Adrian Beltre extended the lead to 5-0. 3B is second home run, gives him 6 RBIs.
Newsflash. Sign that guy to an extension because he's the heartbeat of your ball club, especially in that clubhouse and at third base. You know what you're going to get. He'll go out there every day, sometimes when he shouldn't be, quite frankly.
We saw that here when
total gamer, man.
Yeah, total.
One of my, he's a guy that I pay to go watch play. One of the best to ever play. Hall of Famer for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
By the way, that last pitch, that slider, Miley wanted to throw it exactly where he did, and it probably would have ended up in the dirt. That ball was down out of the strike zone and just golfed it out.
Cut it off at the pass,
Yeah.
didn't he? AB's a smart hitter, too. Something tells me he knew that that was his out pitch.
1-1 here to Desmond. This one hit well. Left
the-
field and deep, but it's going to be caught by Aoki. Lots of damage done here in the 3rd inning. 5 runs on 5 hits. 3-run homer by Beltre. It's 5-0 Texas. Field. A.O. Lee leads off. It'll be Lee, Martin, and Aoki. 8-9-1 against Derek Holland, who's got a nice cushion here in the third.
Well, I can promise you he's going to attack with his fastball, and he's going to pitch in. So
he's going to pitch in a lot.
Go to hack him, boys, because if you look, that's all. Everything's in.
2.
And he's getting a little love on that inside corner. It's kind of right on the edge of being off the plate. So
he's going to stick
just
around.
Just keep moving in it even more. Why not? Make him throw the knuckles.
1-2. Full foul. Dale Lee with 1 hit so far, and it was a home run. 1-2. 2 popped up.
That is a big league pop fly right there.
That it is, and Elvis Andrus puts it away. When you join the club as a Mariners season ticket holder, you're going to take advantage of a great lineup of benefits, including discounts on select suites and merchandise at the Mariners team store. Plus, you have guaranteed postseason priority. A full list of benefits, visit mariners.com/16.
I like the sound of that, though.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
Postseason.
He's got to get there.
But I like it.
Oh, no doubt.
I like it, man. It's a mindset. Let's go.
There's Linus Martin, a career 301 hitter here in this ballpark. Safeco Field, swinging it well lately. 4 for his last 7.
Let's see if he comes back to Hana's old team.
He did when we were in Arlington.
And Cruz has done it. Did it last night. So kind of funny how that works sometimes, isn't it?
1-2.
I like it. I mean, he's got some hidden thunder in that bat too. He had a home run in spring training that was like, I'm telling you, out with the big boys. So he's got some sock in there. Go.
Here's his drive.
Sound good.
Right center field.
Get up.
Going back. And did he make that catch? He did.
All right.
Nomar Mazara. He's made
he's
2 back-breaking defensive plays in this ball game. We're only in the 3rd.
I mean, that's just straight snow cone too. Look at this.
That's our Big Fish Casino big catch, Jays. You as a right fielder. Look at that extension. My goodness.
Look at the ground he's covering. I mean, it's like, what flavor do you want? That is a game of inches and using all of that glove. Impressive.
And DeShields is fortunate that he didn't spike him. He almost stepped right on top of him.
You're right. That could have been a serious yard sale out there. That's right around the knee area, and that's not ever very good. But man, that kid, I'm telling you, it's impressive because you look to see where he's 2 steps left to second base, and he's going all the way to the S in sports out there. That's covering some ground right there. And
on a ball that was hit pretty well.
On a ball that was, squared up, and knowing your steps. I mean, how much room you got before you hit the wall.
I thought that
being able to avoid the center fielder.
Sure.
Communication, pretty good for a young kid right there.
How many steps did you have when you were playing it? You pretty much
full stride right there. It's if you're lucky 2.
Okay.
But usually if you're on the edge, the last one's right on the edge of that deal, you got 1 and then you got to brace or step up to try to,
Odor can't handle it.
Thank you very much.
And Aoki's aboard with 2 outs. But we've seen Mazara make 2 fabulous plays here. We're only in the 3rd inning. My goodness, E4 here.
Right on the heel of his glove.
And that was a tough play, a little bang bang.
I was surprised he charged it as hard as he did. He had some time.
I like the fact that he got into the ball though and didn't let it play him. He didn't sit back on it, but right there I think he could speed kind of plants the seed a little bit.
So Aoki's aboard via the error. Mariners still looking for their first base hit. They've had a couple taken away. Ionetta got robbed, and so did Martin by Nomar Mazara.
Thought Sardinius did too on a play by Beltran.
Yeah.
He hit the ball hard.
Just wrong guy.
Yep.
Man.
Avoid anything over there by Beltran.
Right, as good as that was, it was topped by the 2 outfield plays.
I know.
Boy. 2-0 to Sardinius.
That'd be all over this week of baseball.
Good memories of that, right? Mel Allen, this week in baseball.
I'm dating myself, right?
That's right, you're among friends. Get a hole, get through. Odor can't handle that, everybody's safe.
Well, he better go get a new glove. That thing's got all palm in it.
That'll be a base hit. That had all kinds of English on it, didn't it?
Sure.
We'll take it.
I'm wanting it. Absolutely. Yeah, that's
right on the
a
heel
base
again.
hit. But it is. It's hitting. He's just hitting everything off the heel.
Got the flaps down there. He's got his Elmer Fudd baseball cap on.
It's a good-looking glove, though. Man,
wow.
They can. I mean, these color schemes, it's all about the swag, man. We didn't have it. We just had black or brown. I mean, come on.
That was Rangers blue. How about that?
I'm bitter. I didn't have anything with that. That's snap. Come on.
All right, if you were talking to your local representative, what would you be looking for right now? Something exactly like that as Cannell looks at ball one?
Jay was flashy because he had the black glove with the brown laces.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like, woo.
Wow.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And that's about all. Unless you got a gold glove and you can put a little gold on the side.
Yeah.
That's about the only other thing.
Mariners could use a big bop right here, but a line drive right to Rua. And that'll do it. Mariners get their first hit. They strand 2. And the Mariners turned away again as Nomar Mazara. Capitol Hill or at the UW for the best seats in the house. Plan your trip at soundtransit.org. That's a northbound train in the Capitol Hill station. And take you right to the University of Washington. Right now the Mariners
UW
could use a 1-2-3 inning here. They get roughed up in the third. 5 runs on 5 hits. A Beltre 3-run homer. It's 5-0, and then we've seen plenty of Nomar Mazara with 2 spectacular outfield plays. Shift on here against Rougned Odor, tried to bunt his way on and popped out to Miley.
It's another kid that burst on the scene last year for Texas. And now they got another young kid that's a human highlight reel tonight.
Amazing how it works sometimes, Jay. Profar, their big prospect, and it gets hurt, and then this kid walks in there, and he's not giving the job back.
Yeah, it's the old Wally Pipp, right? Making the most of your opportunity. That's what you got to do in the course of a season. If you're going to have a winning ball club and you're going to get into postseason, nobody's ever fortunate to make it through the whole season without a little bump and bruise or somebody getting injured. You need a young kid to step up and grab the ball, and they definitely had that.
Odor looks at a called third strike. 4th K for Miley, 1 down. Here in the 4th inning.
And then we'll take a look at setup on the outside corner.
Paint.
Yep.
No beef.
Either that or he's cheating in.
Andrus with a base hit to center field, started the 5-run 3rd. Goes the other way. Nelson Cruz not going to get it into the corner. Extra bases for Andrus. Elvis holds it 2nd. Elvis Andrus.
He's off to a hot start, isn't he?
Indeed, his first double of the season. 2 for 2 tonight. Started out with a single and a double.
Came into the game hitting .292 and just goes with this pitch. A little inside out swing. Ball slicing away from Nelson Cruz in right.
Good approach. I like it. Stay inside the ball. A lot of hits back up the middle and the other way.
There's Ryan Rua. He got a base hit to right. 5 for his last 9. Line drive center field. It's going to get down. Andrus is coming around 3rd. Spike going a late stop sign. Going to 2nd is Rua. He's in there safely. 2nd and 3rd. 1 out. Here in the 4th. Bottom of the order producing again for the Texas Rangers.
You take a look at it. Andrus waited to see if he was going to catch it.
I like it. Spike sees a good hard throw coming in. He immediately throws up his hands. And Rua, as soon as he sees daylight, missing the cutoff, walks in the second base.
Yeah, he was reading the throw. And as soon as the throw was over the cutoff man's head, saying that he wasn't going to be able to cut it off, he just kept on going.
So the bottom of the order, boys. Bottom 3rd of the order. 2, 4, 5 for 5. Last night they went 7 for 12 with an RBI and 4 runs scored.
Living hard in the middle too.
Ryan Rua now is 5 for 6 in the series.
Taking advantage of an opportunity. What do you think? That'll get you back in the lineup.
Drawn in infield. 1 out. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Holiday fouls it off. He got an RBI single to left his first time up.
Do us a favor and hit it right there again.
Give it to Kyle Seager.
Yeah, no kidding. Any place but there. Hello?
7 of the last 10 Texas hitters have hits. Outside says Doug Eddings, 1-1.
Just wondering who Texas has as a backup now at catcher.
Brett Nicholas, the kid that played last night, made his big league debut.
That's
2 for 4. Look out. Woo.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, I agree. Hit the ball the other way. That's Chuck and Duck.
Oh
my goodness.
Glad he was paying attention. Ball and 2 strikes. Holiday swinging a miss.
Boy.
Needed that strikeout. 2 down here in the 4th inning. That's the 5th K for Miley.
It's just a good fastball at the bottom of the strike zone. Late swing.
Top of the order, DeShields, a strikeout looking. And reached on a bunt. Miley and Netta collided.
You talked about that earlier, about doing the little things. I agree. Taking pride in bunting. But, you know, you come out during BP and it's like 2 bunts, hit and run. It's kind of like, you know, it's the same old thing all the time, and it's hard to really work on it unless you get live arm. There's nothing that replaces live arm.
A couple of good changeups. I was fortunate when I played with the Dodgers, Jay, and Brett Butler was there, and he would go down to the machine, turn it up to where it was probably throwing 95 miles an hour, and he would drop down 100 every day, both sides. 50 on one side, 50 on the other every day.
And nobody did it better than him. I mean, that guy every year led the league in infield base hits, and they would crash the corners. They were playing like slap defense, like in softball. I mean, they were just on top of him. And he'd still get it down and get a base hit.
He would tell me that you could put a hula hoop out there, and if he put it in there, it didn't matter if they were playing in or not, they weren't going to get him.
And he could flare it over the third baseman with the best of them for a double.
A couple of big pitches for Miley to stymie Texas here in the fourth. He strikes out the side, strands 2, but it's 5-0 Rangers.
With us, it is time for question number 3. Using the hashtag RootQ3, tell us which player has hit the most walk-off home runs for the Mariners. This is all time. This is for a chance to win a Felix Hernandez bobblehead. Reminders, winners are chosen at random from the correct answers. And guys, now that I have read that, I can now light this page on fire and keep myself warm.
It is a little chilly. Dave Sims with Mike Blowers, Jay Buhner, Mariners Hall of Famer with us. 51 degrees at first pitch at 7:10.
We're definitely not in Arizona, are we?
No, we're not.
Or Texas.
Nelson Cruz looks at a pitch outside, 1-1. Cruz, Seager, and Iannetta, middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Here's the 1-1. Foul. The most career walk-offs as a Mariner. You had one, so you're out of it.
Man, that's a good question.
It is. 1-2.
You would think Junior, right?
Mm-hmm. Strong throw by Elvis Andrus.
The only problem with that is they wouldn't pitch to him.
Exactly. Well, sometimes you have to.
Walk?
Unless
Yeah,
you're
no, you're right.
walking with the
Right.
bases low like they used to. I've seen that happen too.
Right.
I think Bonds had that happen like 3 different times, didn't he?
Didn't Buck Showalter do it? Yeah, when Buck was in Arizona.
It was probably a smart move. If you win, it's always a smart move, right?
Kyle Seager, the hitter, walked his first time up. Had 9 career hits against Holland, 1 a home run. Odor playing in short right field for Kyle. With the first baseman playing deep. This one.
Oh, get down.
No.
Oh,
Good play. Ian Desmond, 2 down.
They're just like a human vacuum cleaner out there, all these outfielders. That's a sweet play right there for a guy that spent pretty much his whole career playing shortstop. So that shows you right there how great an athlete he is. It's a great jump, and you know, it comes a point where you're in no man's land, and go gadget arm. Nice play right there.
What's the key to getting a good jump when you're in the outfield?
Just staying low, staying balanced, staying in your feet, being in a good athletic position, just like everything you do that you compete in. You know, it's all through the feet, and lots of practice, man. Lots of line drives. That's the toughest, probably the toughest play in baseball right there, is that line drive right at you where you got to sit low and then adjust, and basically it comes a point where you either got to go all out or try to block it as best you can, but it's a nice play. Those are the ones usually in the old ballparks too that used to be right on the edge of being in the lights too. Yeah. So it'd be that line drive and you're trying to sit low, and now you're trying to sit low and adjust to where it is and then try to keep it under the lights too. Not a lot of fun. But you can see those lights right there, but they're up high enough. But a lot of times those ones that are super bright, what they call hot lights, just because the angles aren't right, and they used to be in the old ballparks, they were always right in your eyes. Heck of a play.
Yeah, base hit, second one of the night for the Mariners. Sardinas got the first hit back in the third.
Chris is going, come on, don't, no way, please.
It looks as if he slips a little bit as he's trying to get up, and then he loses the handle on it.
Just couldn't get the flip into the bare hand. Look, he's mad that he knows he could have made that play.
As he had a chance to be on a highlight.
Exactly. Him and AB AB is going, dude, I'd have made that play. Look at him. He's like, see, come on. Get up, get to your feet, deflect it, and get it into it. See, they're out there. You really, AB, have some fun out there, bud.
Riviera is breaking ball for strike.
But you know
try not
that's
to feel
made
the pressure of the game.
But you know that's what makes those kids, those young kids, a better player, is the fact that he takes the pressure off of them, makes it fun, makes it loose. Look at them. They're still laughing about it.
Texas with a 5-run third. 30 behind 0-2.
And what a luxury as a manager, right? You put up a lineup, you got a couple of veteran, you got a veteran guy like AB right there. Just he knows he'll take care of everything. It's just one less headache you have to worry about. Yeah, I got this in here. I'll take care of these infielders, these young kids, like the young shortstop and the young second baseman.
2 outs. Goody behind 0-2. Iannetta. He's at first.
Sorry, Dave. And a young first baseman.
And he could not check his swings. That's the first strikeout of the evening for Derek Holland. He's breezing here. Through 4, a 2-hit shutout, 5-0 Rangers. Seattle Mariners baseball here in Root Sports, brought to you by Honda. Dream Garage Sales Event now at your Honda dealer. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at Safeco.com. Do more. And by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's closest Snoqualmie Casino. left over from Comic-Con out in the pen. T-Rex, and he's got a glove too. Gonna short arm it out there. Here's Nomar Mazara, the hitter. He has made 2 spectacular defensive plays here tonight.
Well, there's a reason why he's a high prospect, right?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
like number 17 in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to watch. I like to watch him walk back to the bench, though. We need some runs, baby.
We'll certainly do. Derek Holland has held the Mariners to 2 hits through 4 innings here at Safeco Field. 3-1. Next fielder on deck. Bannister last night telling me about Nomar, said high prospect, very cool, mature kid beyond his years. And if we told Mike, there's this quote that was, he's got a real feel for the barrel. Aoki comes in to make this play.
Well, he's getting tested lefty on lefty.
Staying in there on the breaking ball, though.
I agree. It's amazing what that good old adrenaline will do, won't it? Make you stick your nose in there and do some things.
Bring up Prince Fielder. Bounced into a double play and delivered a sacrifice fly in the 3rd. High pop, long run for Aoki. He's got time and room. 2 outs. A quick 2 outs here. Let's take a look at our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Adrian Beltre, Mike, great call. He went down and got it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was a slider that he was trying to get to his back foot, trying to get him to swing over the top of it. But instead he barreled it up. 3-run homer.
Two pitch.
I'm sorry, but how many times have you seen AB drop to his knee and swing and hit a home run? He did it a couple times last year. I mean, you talk about happy feet and a little bit unorthodox up there in the box, but
a number of times
he gets after it.
He did a bunch of times here in Seattle in his 5 years.
Yep.
Miley delivers, hit hard down the line. That is a foul ball. Well, he's dialed in to wait.
Mariners were able to take care of him when they were in Arlington to start the season, but coming into this series he was starting to heat up. Talked about it right before the game when you're looking at their lineup. You have to be careful with them.
He ain't getting cheated on the inside half, I can tell you that. Tried to work the ladder on him.
Going back and had it measured all the way. A 1-2-3 fifth. The Mariners needed that. Daeho Lee, Lennox Martin, and Aoki coming up. 5-0 Rangers. here we go. Wrap up the series tomorrow. A.J. Griffin against Taijuan Walker. Traveled to New York after the game. And then coming up Friday, Nathan Karn. Saturday, Felix. Sunday, Sashi Iwakuma. Then a day off in Cleveland.
The Yankees.
Yep. And then 3 in Anaheim. We'll see Houston next time we come home.
Well, it ain't going to get any easier based on that schedule.
Correct.
No, we've been talking about it.
That's a
spring
buckle
training
up
on.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, only 18 of the first 43 are at home. And then 33 of the first 43 are against teams that were 500 or better last year.
It's always nice to get on a plane and go 6 hours, too.
It's just another year,
really?
pal. What are you talking about? That's
Golly.
another season of West Coast baseball.
It
Two.
always amazed me how you always started off in April, especially early on, and you're always going to places that you know traditionally it's going to be cold. I mean,
See,
hello, it's like
2007.
ticker. Tick, 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 tick. I mean, can we go someplace where it's warm to start off and then just flip the schedule a little bit?
2-2 to Deo Lee. A foul.
Ooh. Like it.
Houston beats Kansas City beats Houston tonight 3-2. Davis the save. Renzo Kane 1 for 4, a homer and 3 runs batted in.
Tell you what, he's turning into a special player.
Broken bat. Look
Watch
out.
That's ugly. Oof.
And it drops in as Andrews makes a heck of an effort, but the bat went flying, and thankfully nobody got hurt.
He
Man,
hit
that
right
was
off the top of the chairs with that spike in.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Huh. Third Mariner hit, thankfully. I mean, you talk about catching a break.
That could have been a Randy Johnson Mariner commercial in Palia.
It's just out of the reach of Andrews. That's a third Mariner hit. That's a first leadoff man to get aboard for the Mariners. Quite fortunate. The fan now has it as a souvenir, but yeah, that was out of gladiator times there with that spear. My goodness. Strike 1 to Martin.
I think that was throwing the knuckles. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, that was a saw blade.
Hey, it's a base knot.
That's the beauty of it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Second big league hit for Deo Lee.
And that just chaps Holland, too. He's like, really? I just saw bladed you and you get a knock out of that? And you're like, yes, I did.
Happened a couple of times to Iwakuma last night.
Martin got robbed in right field. Right center by right fielder Mazzara. Swing and a miss. He's going on 3 pitches. Second strikeout for Holland. Take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Here's with the Astros. Their loss drops them to 3-5. And Kansas City with the win goes to 5-2. Athletics and the Rangers atop the American League West.
It's even more of a reason not to press the panic button.
The standings are going to change around a lot over the course of this month.
Yeah, big time.
Division matchups just going to be just rock 'em sock 'em robots, right? I mean,
Pretty strong division.
Odor can't get it, base hit. Deo Lee will hold at second. So Nori Aoki, 7-game hitting streak now. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Odor really angry that he couldn't make that play. One-time farmhand for the Rangers, Luis Sardinas. And an infield hit last time. He's 1 for 2. Mariners down 5-0. That was their 4th hit. Tel Marte struggling with 160 batting average. So Sardinius gets his first start at shortstop tonight. Sardinius' previous start was in left field. That was down in Texas. 1-1 count.
Nice luxury to have a guy like that, though. If you're a manager, can play a lot of different positions. Pretty athletic.
And a switch hitter.
Yeah. And you're 22. And it gives him, you know, Marte a break and also a little friendly competition, too. Which is all good.
1-2 pitch. Popped it up. Playable. Foul territory. Rua. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, Door.
He's too busy looking to see if the runner's tagging.
And the most startled guy on the field was Ryan Rua.
I mean,
what are you doing?
Know who your runner is at second base.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's good concentration. On a routine pop-up, he's like, what was that?
Bet that was a first for him. Here's Robbie Cano. 0 for 2. And 0 for his last 12.
Now all of a sudden he's going to the off-speed stuff, getting off the heater.
Hollander struck out 2, walked 1, giving up no runs on 4 hits. Strike to Robbie, 1-1.
I'm not taking that one, Michael. Not with men in scoring position. He just threw an off-speed pitch in the dirt. I think I'm slashing right there all day.
1-1.
Had a little hair on it.
It did.
And that's a strike. See, that's the thing, too. You take the one, and all of a sudden now he makes a great pitcher's pitch, and now you go from being in the driver's seat to being 2-2 or 1-2, and you're going, what the heck just happened? I thought I was locked in and had him right where I wanted him.
First time tonight the Mariners get their leadoff man aboard. Dae-Ho Lee. Little bloop. And out later, Aoki with a base hit. Now 2-1 to Cano, and that's outside. 3-1. Nelson Cruz on deck.
Come on, get him right here. Get him right here. Oh, man. Now the blue, you pull that one out. Really? Really?
Probably going to walk that off for a couple seconds.
Golly. I don't blame him.
Doug Eddings, the home plate umpire.
Now you got to flush it and dig back in and go to whacking again.
2 outs, 2 on, a 3-2 pitch to Cano. Struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts for Holland 2 this inning. A slumping Cano leaves 2 aboard. 5-0 Rangers. Seattle. And target zero, if you're texting, you're not driving. Let's reach our, that's for sure. Let's reach our target zero goal together. 0 traffic deaths in our family, 0 traffic deaths in our state. Work to do for the Mariners, down 5-0, top 6. Wade Miley struck out 6, but he got lit up in the third. 5 runs on 5 hits. Adrian Beltre, a 3-run homer.
Yeah, we had a little magic working there for a minute.
Ian Desmond leads off. He's ahead in the count here, 2-0.
I was thinking bloop and blast. Man.
Sure.
It's like set up perfect.
Desmond is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly to left. They'll be followed by Odor and Andrus.
So he turned down a long-term deal. Is that what I hear? To take a 1-year deal.
Yep. Then they had the qualifying offer to deal with, and nobody wanted to give up the first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Wound up signing late. Nice kid. You mentioned him. You know, he's such a good athlete.
Man, I tell you, I just like the way he plays the game. You know, even though he's in the National League, I don't get a chance to see him a whole lot, but pretty special athlete.
7th strikeout for Wade Miley.
And he'll get it going eventually, but just don't do it here.
Miley feeling a lot better here. At the last inning, he went 1, 2, 3. Inning before in the 4th, he stranded 2 runners after giving up a couple of hits.
And like Mike said, he made a heck of a pitch to AB. Sometimes, unfortunately, you got to tip your cap.
Look at this one.
Pop up, long run. Aoki can't get it. Digging for 2.
Look at that hustle. Right out of the box right there.
Mike and I talk about Odor doing that
out of the box
all the time.
I love. Look at him. He looks to see where it is. He knows it's in no man's land, and he's busting it.
You take a look at it. Flares it down the left field line. Aoki was playing in left center and fairly deep. But to Jay's point, running hard the entire way. We're talking about the home run to Beltre too. That's the other thing. As I see that hit fall in right there, there were 3 ground ball base hits before Beltre hit the home run.
Little seeing last singles, right?
Exactly.
One little top spin, one just out of the reach.
Here's Elvis Andrus, 2 for 2, a single and a double so far.
And then on the reverse hand, we got Mariner guys that are just squaring balls up and they're running everything down. It's like, really?
5 runs, 9 hits, an error for Texas. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners.
Rangers tonight 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
Gaudy numbers. Came in. Hitting 243. That's another flare.
Are you kidding me?
My goodness. Odor coming hard. He's going to score. It's 6-0.
And I tell you what, if I'm the hitter right there, I'm saying thank you for busting it out of the box and getting in scoring position. You just got me a steak. Just got a ribby right there on an attitude adjusting flare.
So 2 jam shots cost him another run.
And Elvis Andrus is 3 for 3.
Can't replace hustle though. Good hard-nosed baseball right there.
Strikeout looking, a flare double and a flare RBI single.
Yeah, it looks like Tony Zick getting loose in the pen. There's Tony pitched in last night's ball game, ended up striking out the side.
He only throws 100.
Should have seen
what a nasty slider.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you were watching last night, that slider that he was throwing was unreal.
I saw him in spring training, and I'm like, from the top step, and I'm watching. I'm like, I don't know how you could. There's no way I could hit that.
Ryan Ruitt 2 for 2. The run scored.
Remember the days of knock the starter out, let's get to their bullpen?
That's not the case anymore.
It's not a lot of fun to get to some of these bullpens.
No.
Especially if you're like the Yankees that have 3 guys that can go 7, 8, and 9 that are throwing 100.
Chapman will be back. We're going to miss Chapman, but he'll be back sometime in May. That's foul back. Seems like just about every bullpen has what, 3 guys, 4 guys that are 95 plus.
Tom House, I read a good article about how now he thinks that pretty much he can get anybody to throw 100. It'll be the norm here before too long. But if you think about genetics in the arm, how does that arm, how can it hold up to that?
On the move is Andrus, and he's going to get in safely.
And good base running, anticipating the ball in the dirt. He didn't wait to see where it was going to end up after Iannetta blocked it. He took off as soon as he saw it going into the dirt. He was gone.
I agree. Anticipate down, so as it bounces away a little bit. You got speed like that, go. Especially you got a 6-0 lead. You can afford to be aggressive.
Slow chopper, foul.
It's the little things, though.
2 hits in this inning. A couple of flares. We've run the Texas total to 10 hits. Two pitch. Center field. That's going to be
caught him up. Beautiful. Thank you.
Needed that. As Martin closed the gap nicely on that. Makes the catch. And they double up Andrus at second. And here's Leonese coming in. Good closing speed. The big glove had it easily. And a double play to end the Rangers top of the 6th. Sports Service delivers everything you have come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 devices. Includes a free subscription to At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Visit Mariners.com for details. Third time tonight, Nelson Cruz is leading off an inning. First 2 times rounded out to short. Smashed to left field, but wow.
There's those lights.
Yes, indeed.
There's those lights, baby.
Exactly what you were talking about.
And a nice job of being, trying to cover the gap, but staying low and keeping your squash out of the way so you're not spitting chiclets right there. But you can see right there, as you go to your left a little bit, how some that are super, super bright, they're a little hot, and that's all in the angle. Sometimes you never know. That's why you got to stay low. Can't assume.
Well, that was a perfect example.
But nice little spin out right there. It's good to be athletic.
It's 3 fine defensive plays made in the outfield. 2 by Mazzara, now 1 by Desmond. There's Seager. There's walked. There's another defensive play that Desmond made.
Yeah, right.
Slid on him in the 4th and made a nice catch.
These poor guys ain't getting any love. They're squaring balls up and they're just way to swing it. That's what you want to hear right now.
Popped out. Long run by the center fielder, but Odor now Andrus takes control.
And now, of course, AB's right in the middle of it, directing traffic. Look at him. He's like, no, that's his ball. You stay on your side. Look. He is.
Come on.
Like, he's the general.
Yes,
I love
he
it.
is. CenturyLink, what's next? A.J. Griffin goes against Taiwan Walker. Last time Taiwan saw the Rangers, 6 runs, 6 hits in 3 innings. He's looking to turn that around. He's got a 1-1 record against the Rangers. Griffin 3-2 career against the Mariners. Those in his days with the Athletics.
Tony Zych continues to throw in the Mariner pen, so Miley's night is probably finished.
That A.J. Griffin, he had pretty good stuff when he was with Oakland before he got hurt.
Sinker,
so that might be,
sinker.
yeah, that might be a strike lightning in the bottle.
Back from 2, Tommy John surgery.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And we're talking about guys throwing 100. He's throwing an igloo.
0-2 to Iannetta. And he's gone. And Allen barely broke a sweat in the 6th.
You can set everybody down the pen.
Mariners 1, 2, 3. Go to the 7th. 6-0 Texas. Seattle Mariners baseball here in Root Sports. Brought to you by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org. By Shag, where your friends live. By Steel, to find your local Steel dealer, visit steeldealer.com. And by Country Financial, visit ownfuture.com.
Shag. Now I know it is Lou Piniella, man. I love that. Love it when he drives the bus and he pulls up. That's pretty awesome.
Dave Buhner, Mariner Hall of Famer with us here. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers. Tough night here for the Mariners here. Down 6-0. A 10-hit attack for Texas so far through 6. And a breeze for Derek Holland. He just got through the 6th inning throwing 7 pitches. New pitcher for the Mariners, Tony Zych.
This will be his 4th appearance, a 1.80 ERA, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk in 5 innings. Opponent's hitting 176 against Tony.
Tony with 9th inning last night, striking out the side, 2 swinging, 1 looking. That was fielder Desmond and Moreland last evening. He's got Brian Holiday, the catcher, leading off out of the 9-hole, followed by Delino DeShields and Nomar Mazara.
Just jerky enough too to kind of throw you off just a smidge, just enough to kind of get your timing and rush that, getting that foot down. And only 96.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I said 100. I exaggerated. Oh, and that.
And here's a slider right on the corner.
Yeah, changing lanes on you. It's got to be a comfortable AB.
Zych ahead 0-2. Holiday 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI.
Got away with that one, though.
Middle of the 7th inning in Oakland, the A's lead the Angels 3-1.
They just find a way to keep doing it, don't they?
Yep.
They're just pesky. Tell you what, they addressed their bullpen immediately at the offseason. Immediately.
And
they did not waste any time.
And they got Doolittle back healthy.
Yeah. So now they're another team that has, you get to their bullpen and they got some guys coming in throwing Petro.
Take a look at Wade Miley's line. 6 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. Didn't walk anybody, had 7 strikeouts. He threw 93 pitches, 65 of those for strikes, and some tough luck in this one tonight.
I think he got 5 bats. No love.
Yeah, all of them hits.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the order, here's DeShields. On a hit by a pitch, so he's at first. For DeShields tonight, 1 for 3 with a run scored. He struck out twice looking. Runs, 10 hits, an error for Texas. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. He's got a good feel for that pitch.
We were talking about it last night. So far for Tony, this is his 4th appearance, and it seems that he's had better command of his slider than he has his fastball. His fastball has had a lot of run to it.
Ball came out field, out in left field. Holiday at first. DeShields a 1-2 count. Pitch from Zick. Baltimore Orioles win again, so they're 7-0.
Wow. Didn't see that coming.
Nope. Beat Boston 9-5 in Boston.
Buck just knows how to win, doesn't he?
Shields staying alive.
You played for Buck at all, Mike?
He was the 3rd base coach in New York when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming up to the Yankees. He was with an instruction league. I worked with him one instruction league.
And Atlanta lost again. 0-7. Washington beat them 2-1.
Isn't that the worst start ever?
Dusty Baker's ball club is now 5-1. The Washington Nationals. There's 1-2.
Is that still that Freddie Gonzalez is still the manager with Atlanta?
Yes.
Ooh, you better get that turned around.
I think they have their sights on that new ballpark north of town.
Yeah.
They got out of the city limits into DeKalb County.
That's a good pickup for them. Getting Bakish at the helm.
Washington. Absolutely.
With those attitudes and all those guys and the way they play. I mean, he's good at being able to judge personality. So
he might even have Papelbon and Harper going out to dinner before long.
It's all right.
If anybody can do it, he can.
Hey, you know what? You don't have to always get along.
Understood.
What's wrong with that? You know, going toe to toe with a couple of guys. Just don't do it in front of the cameras. There's been many a toe to toe.
There's your
go on in the
distinction.
clubhouse. Yeah. Hey, we need to go have a little talk real quick.
2-2 pitch coming up here to DeShields.
But there's cameras everywhere now and microphones everywhere, so you can't get away from it. Especially that one that right at the steps going up and down that can go 180 and it follows you all the way down up the hallway and stuff. There's got to be a time where you need your space.
And there'll be network. It's got a camera in every ballpark.
And then they hear everything you're saying, and then you're going to get fined for saying something you think's off camera.
Payoff pitch coming to DeShields. Runner at first, nobody out.
Oh my.
Ball 4, first 2 men have reached. A hit batter and a walk. Servicemen and women of the U.S. Armed Forces will receive a great ticket offer at Safeco Field this season. Select seats are 10% off. It's all part of this year's EQC military discount. Simply show your current military ID at the Safeco Field box office to get your tickets.
Mel's got a little path worn out tonight, doesn't he?
Sure does. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. You got Mazzara coming up. He's 1 for 3. After him, you got fielders driven in a run with a sac fly. And after him, Beltre with a 3-run homer back in the third. Mariners have turned 1 double play. That was back in the first inning. Strike 1 to Mazzara. Mazzara turns 21 years old on the 26th of April out of Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. Marcus Semien just hit his 2nd home run of the season. A's up 4-1 on the Angels. 2nd home run of the game. 4-1 Oakland lead.
Got him out of town just in time.
He had 15 last year.
He also had 50 errors.
Yeah.
But now they got Wash there helping him out. So that's, you know.
Working him hard every day. 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2.
About that Story kid. Speaking of shortstops that got some thunder, and that's somebody got hurt, and that's another kid that came in and took advantage of an opportunity. How do you have 7 bombs already? What, like 5 games or something crazy, or 4 games?
Colorado, that was 7 games. No, 6 games.
Match streak.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they started today 3-3.
Good grief! And then he took a donut, and in the next game he hits another one.
Yeah, they were off today. Colorado take that back, loses at home 7-2 to the Giants. Some Argentina. High fly ball. Aoki's under it. First out in the 7th inning. Players of the week. So last week, Trevor Story, that was an easy one. And so was Tyler White. Look at those averages. And White, 556 with 3 homers, 9 ribbies. His last 2 lines are just out of sight.
Not bad for a couple of pups.
Prince Fielder, 1 out, 2 on. Story today went 0 for 4.
I just looking at his numbers through the minor leagues and stuff. He had a little bit of thunder, but nothing like that makes it jump off the paper, you know.
I had a chance to see him the last 2 days of spring training, and I thought to myself, nice player. 7 home runs in the first week.
That's why you're sitting up here calling games and not scouting, right?
Yeah,
I'm the same way, though. I agree.
Yeah, looks like a nice player. 7 homers.
He's got some quick hands because he's generating some serious bat speed.
He did strike out 3 times today.
Oh, that's the track record for him. He does strike out a lot. But you got 7 bombs already. That's all right. Go get them.
Well within the allowable.
Exactly. That's a great month.
Mm-hmm.
San Fran's an interesting team. It's another great manager that knows how to get the most out of his players.
Coach.
He's
coaching, no doubt about it. 3 world championships.
He's the man.
Samardzija went 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs in that game. 2 walks, 5 Ks.
Samardzija. He's a perfect personality for that team, isn't he?
Fielder. Man, I jumped out of his shoes on that strikeout. It's 2 outs.
We've been talking about the slider. Take a look at it. Swing right over the top of it.
Nice location.
Here it is in real time.
You know, it's funny. It doesn't show how close he was. How actually out in front he was a little bit.
Right.
Looked like he was late right there, and then you see it in slow-mo.
There's Beltre. Strike one. 13,376 on hand here tonight. Long run from Martin, and he's not going to glove that one. Beltre has done it again. Holiday scores. DeShields scores. 2-run double. Adrian Beltre. It's now 8-0 Texas. A 5-ribby night for the former Mariner. That is some damage.
95 miles an hour, and he gets the barrel to it. We were just talking about that from his last at bat. Just how quick his hands look right now.
Yeah, he got on top of that high fastball, right? Tried to work the ladder on him. And he didn't cheat him, that's for sure.
Strike one, Ian Desmond. He's 0 for 3, couple strikeouts. One swinging, one looking.
Crafty vet doing his homework.
Strike two. Ball to Seager. Throws out Desmond. 2-run double by Beltre extends the lead. And earlier, here's Mazzara. Look where that ball came, our own cameraman. Could win Washington's lottery. What would you do if you won? Download the app and play today. It has been all Rangers this evening, and Adrian Beltre putting on a show. 5 ribbies tonight. Career best is 6. And he has put a hurting on his former team. It's 8-0 Rangers in game 2 of this 3-game set. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Jay Buhner with us. Tough night here.
Oof, to say the least, huh?
Man.
Anytime you're getting cobbed, that's not good.
Derek Holland has struck out 4, walked 1, and given up 4 hits.
Yes.
1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th.
So much for nibbling, right? Like his last start a little bit. He's just attacking. And you better with an 8-0 lead.
Sure.
Was 5, then 6, then 8.
Holland had a no decision on Thursday against the Angels. 4-3 Texas loss. In that game, 5 innings, a 4-hit, 3-run ball, 2 walks, 5 Ks, gave up on home run in 92 pitches.
Texas is going to be tough. They get their big boy back healthy, and they got a tough starting 5.
Yu Darvish will be back at some point.
Get him back. I mean, that's like trading deadline, little boost.
Exactly.
Cole Hamels is a crafty, filthy lefty.
Faulkner, the left-hander. 3-1 pitch. Yanked foul.
They got their question marks a little bit in their bullpen, but one thing's for sure, they're exciting offensive ball club to watch. They got some speed, they got some pop, they got some great young talent, as we're seeing here tonight.
The Mazzara kid, I was talking to Bannister yesterday, said you're going to like him. And there's a walk.
No, that's one thing. 8-0, you're going to walk the leadoff guy. Come on.
Second walk issued by Derek Holland. 4th annual Mariners Beard Hat Night coming up on Friday, April 29th. Royals will be in town. It's free to the first 20,000 fans. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. The Beard Hat Night. And once you put it on, your face will not let you take it off.
How about those Royals? Talk about an organization turning it around, huh?
Yep.
Good draft picks, good young talent.
Back-to-back American League titles, World Championship. We want to talk about an organization in a city that feels good about itself. Dae-Ho Lee got an infield, actually a little blooper. It's 1 for 2. He hits this one pretty well, but it's going to stay in the yard. One out. They'll bring up Leonys Martin. He's 0 for 2. Robbed by Mazzara in right field and a strikeout. Rangers got 5 runs in the 3rd inning, highlighted by Beltre's 3-run homer. 1 in the 6th. RBI by Elvis Andrus, and then 2 more RBIs on a double by Beltre. That was in the 7th.
Manny Acta's looking a little bored over there at third base. He needs some action. He keeps loosening up that right arm, hoping.
Manny coaching third. Casey Candell at first for the Mariners. 1-0 pitch. Mariners have not had a runner get to Manny at third. On the corner, 2-1.
Just going to paint on me. 2-0 and you're going to paint. Really?
Game's changed, hasn't it, Jay?
It's like, man, there's nothing worse. We're down 8-0. You're going to paint on me. 2-0. Golly.
2-2.
Paint another one right there
Exactly.
on the inside corner.
Stay hot.
Nick Vincent getting loose in the Mariner pen. Get a chance to watch Nick yet?
No, I don't even remember.
Picked him up right at the end of spring training.
From right next door, right?
Yeah, San Diego.
I didn't even see him pitch when he was with them. Good stuff.
He's 88 to 89. Pretty good sinker, cutter, slider, but he comes in and just goes right at you.
Gets after it.
Yeah. It's been fun to watch.
It's good. I like a bulldog coming in.
Throws strikes.
2-2 pitch to Martin. Popped it up. Playable. Holiday the catcher. 2 outs. Man at first. Nori Aoki for the 4th time. He's 1 for 3. Base hit in the 5th. Did extend his hitting streak to 7 ball games.
Oh, they're going to make a pitching change.
You're going to bring in the right if that's the lefty?
Oh, it looks like Faulkner, the left-hander.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
There's Andrew Faulkner. He'll take over when we return. Texas 8-0 lead. for the Texas Rangers.
Mariners are happy to see him out of the ball game. 6 2/3, just 4 hits. Did not give up a run. He is responsible for Gutierrez, who's at first.
Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game.
And a lot of defense behind him tonight. Mazzara out in right field took away a couple of hits, including this one right here by Martin. It looked like it was going to be in the gap, and he races over with DeShields, the center fielder, running right under his feet.
And Holland, he strikes out 4. And he looked really good here tonight, and beneficiary of a lot of offense.
109 or 110 pitches, 70 strikes.
The pitcher's Andrew Faulkner. Aoki fouled off the first pitch. Faulkner pitched a third of an inning last night.
His 4th appearance. 2 2/3 so far this year. You have to record the strikeout.
Two outs here in the Mariners' 7th. Goody at first, not holding him on. Pitch outside, 2-2. Angels put on a couple runs on the board. Strike 3 called. Aoki punched out. That'll do it. Runner stranded. We go to the 8th. Texas leads 8-0. Seattle Mariners Baseball and Root Sports is brought to you by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by Jack in the Box. Taste the Baconlicious Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo. Only at Jack in the Box. Tough night for the Mariners tonight. That's an understatement. Top of the 8th, down 8-0 to the Texas Rangers. Mariners in danger of losing their 5th consecutive game here at home to open up this season. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and Mariner Hall of Famer Jay Buhner, and new pitcher for the Mariners is going to be Nick Vincent.
4th appearance for Nick. ERA right at 3. 3 innings, 5 strikeouts. Hasn't walked anybody. Fastball will be right around 88, 89 miles an hour. He'll also use a cutter and a slider.
Nick Vincent to face Rougned Odor, Elvis Andrus, and Ryan Rua. Hustle double. A flare to left by Odor's last time up. Later scored on the Andrews flare base hit to right field. That was in the 6th. Oh, and 2. It's popped up and playable. Sardinas. 1 out. Bring up Elvis Andrus, who's had quite a night. 3 for 3. Run scored and a run driven in. 3rd inning single to center, double to right in the 4th. And a flare single to right in the 6th.
Got a lot of color going on in that book of yours.
Yeah, I do.
Some crooked numbers too.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. There's a big old snowman floating around in there.
That's right. Elvis up to 370, started the day at 292. Mariners home 8th. 2, 3, 4 in the order. Sardinas, Cano, and Cruz. Wade Miley in his first safe go field start.
Stay off the plate.
Absolutely. Wade Miley's first safe go field start. 6 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs all earned. No walks, 7 Ks. Gave up a home run to Beltran. 2-1. Zick pitched an inning, hit 2 runs, a walk and a strikeout.
I think it's safe to say he's got too good of stuff to be giving up 2 runs in 1 inning. It's early, I know, but don't fall in love with that slider.
Sardinas.
Ooh, tough hop. Stay with it.
2 outs.
I was saying in last night's game with Tony, he seems to have better command of his slider than his fastball right now. And even tonight, you could see there was a couple of those fastballs that really had some run to them.
But you got to use it.
No, you're right. And last year, that's one of the things that was so impressive about him is 95 to 97, and his command was excellent. Rarely walked anybody.
Probably has something to do with the weather here too. The ball getting a little slick, maybe pressure points on there. I don't know, but it's nice to have that late movement if you know how to use it, right?
Ryan Rua, the first baseman, 2 for 3 tonight with a run scored.
It's kind of funny anymore. These kids come up and they get a ball, it's got a scuff, they throw it out. They don't want to even use it.
They throw too hard.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, I'm afraid I might kill somebody.
Rangers struck for 5 runs in the 3rd inning, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th.
What a baby.
Nice work by Vincent. Going right after Ryan Rua to strike him out. On 1, 2, 3, 8th coming up. You've got Sardinas, you've got Cano, you've got Cruz. Time running short on the Mariners, who trail 8-0.
desk. Hopefully you will join us for a Mariners matinee tomorrow. What are you doing for lunch? Maybe you can join us. It's going to be A.J. Griffin versus Taijuan Walker in the finale between the Mariners and the Texas Rangers. Taijuan Walker hasn't had a whole lot of success against the Texas Rangers here at Safeco Field. But over his career, he's made 5 career appearances. This will be his 4th start, 1-1 with an ERA just a bit over 4. Again, that's the finale against these Texas Rangers. Guys, back upstairs to you.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Bottom of the 8th inning, an 8-0 Texas lead. Right-hander Phil Klein takes over, 3rd pitcher tonight. Derek Collins started 6 2/3. Andrew Faulkner, a 1/3 of an inning. And now Phil. Luis Sardinas. 1 for 3 tonight. Bat lefty against the right hand Ranger reliever. On 2. Three pitches, 1 out. Phil Klein, 6'7", 255 out of Columbus, Ohio. Lives in Dallas now. Very quick out. Brings up Robbie Cano. It's a bad road. He's 0 for 3 tonight and 0 for his last 13.
Phil Klein, 1-0 record. He did last year. High ERA, well over 6. 17 1/3, 12 strikeouts. Give up 4 home runs. Opponents average 303.
Just pumping strikes.
Here's the 0-1. Klein from the Division I AA football powerhouse, Youngstown State in Ohio. One to Cano. Nelson Cruz on deck. Farthest any Mariner base runner has gotten has been second base tonight. Nobody's been to third. Two and two. Aoki got the second base in the 3rd inning. Dae-Ho Lee got the second base in the 5th. And outside of that, that's it. That kind of night. Adrian Beltre, the hitting star, has driven in 5 runs, 3-run homer in the 3rd, 2-run double in the 7th. The other run accounted for by Elvis Andrus. And Cano swings through back-to-back strikeouts for Klein. Second time Robbie struck out. He's 0 for 4 and 0 for his last 14. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th brings up Nelson Cruz. A couple of ground outs. And then Desmond robbed him. Possible base hit with fighting the lights. And a nice sliding grab. Back in the 6th. Ranger pitching accounted for 7 strikeouts against the Mariners tonight as Nuno warms up.
Just missed it. Fly
ball right field. Easy play, Mazzara. Another quiet inning for the Mariners in the 8th. The 9th inning coming up. 8-0 Texas. But Al Nuno will take over. and he had a Hall of Fame night here this evening. Not only does he hit a home run, look at the pitch that he hits, Jay Buhner.
Typical AB fashion right there. Happy feet, almost dropping to a knee. Something tells me he's looking to cut that ball off at the pass, and he sure did.
That was one heck of a job there. His second home run, and then in the 7th, he doubled in 2 more. Got a fastball away, went to right center field gap.
Drove in 2, and of course, a couple nice plays on defense. So
there's Vidal Nuno, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Mariners.
1 and 5 with the 3-7. Did a nice job last year.
Nuno with his 2nd appearance. This one popped up by Anetta. Gonna give way.
Watch out for the bat.
Whoa. That's exactly right with the bat. Good call.
Watch out.
Dae-Ho Lee retires Holiday.
So that's your ball all day. So come get it, baby.
He was able to step right around it, though. Definitely a fair ball.
He knew he was close to it.
Yeah. You're right about Nuno, Jay. Last year he did a little bit of everything.
Man,
spot starter, long reliever, come in and get a left-hander out when Charlie was down. Just a little bit of everything.
He stopped. It's safe to say he stopped the bleeding a lot for him last year. He stepped in and stepped up big a lot of times.
Shields. And Nuno's ahead of him on 2.
Just sneaky. You know, he's just got that little herky jerk.
Charlie Furbush.
How's he hanging?
He's hanging in, but in terms of coming back,
nobody knows.
They've not put a date on it.
Can't answer it.
Boy, that ain't good. That is not good.
It is a high quality late inning left-hander.
And you know he wants the ball, so.
Sure.
He is definitely a gamer.
2-2. The Shields tonight scored twice. 1 for 3.
Oh my. Are you kidding me? That's the way the night's been. Right there.
Another broken bat.
I mean, straight scouting report, bunch the mound, and he still gets a base hit. Come on, man. There's your steel chainsaw right there. Oh, just kindling. Come on.
That's another saw blade.
You gonna take that home and start a fire tonight, Mike? If he'd have jumped an inch, he'd have jumped an inch. He thought he had it all the way. How about that?
He did. Right off the top of his glove.
They've had enough flares for a week.
So you think it's hard when you see that full swing in the outfield to judge it? I mean, pitcher's right there, and he's still a little flinchy.
There's Mazzara, 1 for 4.
One thing's for sure, this kid is not off balance. He ain't getting cheated. He ain't working counts.
And he really likes the ball up and out over the plate.
Yeah, big open stance.
Full attack mode. 0-2.
Bounce it. Let him get himself out again. Don't even throw a strike.
One out, one on.
Oh, here we go.
It's a little too far out.
Angels just got a 2-run homer. Take a 5-4 lead. Top 9 in Oakland. Giovanni Soto, the veteran catcher. Line drive to left center field. Mariners home 9th will be Seager, Iannetta, and Gutierrez. 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Strike 3 called. No protest from Mazzara.
Better not. 8-0. and a rookie. I saw him yesterday kind of talk to the umpire a little bit. I'm like, dude, you better just walk it on back to the dugout. You got a lot of stripes you still got to earn. Don't get too chippy.
2 outs, 1 on. Here's Fielder.
The last thing you want to do is get an umpire's black book, huh?
One. Fielder 1 for 5 against Vidal Nuno.
Tell you what, if I'm going to hit 194 so far, looking up there and seeing those 10 steaks ain't all bad.
Not bad, is it?
Oh my God, I stink right now and I got 10 ribbies.
Yeah. Wait till I get high.
No kidding.
2-2.
He gets paid for damage and he's doing it. Had a nice turnaround last year once he got healthy. I tell you, he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch him carry the med. For a big boy, he can run a little bit.
Cuts the bases well and runs hard.
Absolutely.
Nuno strikes him out. Here's the harmless infield flare. Mariners last ups in the 9th. Seager, Iannetta, Gutierrez. Texas leads 8-0.
Stay tuned for Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. We're going to have a complete wrap-up of tonight's game, including clubhouse reaction from the skipper. We'll also get you ready for tomorrow's final game of the homestand when Taijuan Walker takes the mound for the Mariners. That is all coming up on Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines after the final out. Guys?
Tough one tonight, down 8-0 as we start the bottom of the 9th. Kyle Seager walk and fly on the pop-out. 0 for 2. Phil Klein, the 3rd pitcher used tonight by Texas.
Well, the boys are being tested early, aren't they?
They are.
All that camaraderie and bonding they did in spring training, now's the time where it's going to have to step up. They're going to have to bond even closer. Because eventually, winning cures everything, and they're going to get on a roll. But right now, boy, it's not the way they envisioned starting off the homestand at the beginning of the year, that's for sure.
Pretty much in his tracks now. Coming in is DeShields, 1 away. Iannetta as one of the Mariner 4 hits. Mariners haven't had a hit since the 5th inning when Dae-Ho Lee Looped one in. Mariners have not had a runner get past second. Only 2 have reached second. Aoki in the 3rd and Lee in the 5th.
It's good to see Chris though off to a hot start. He's a big boy too. I didn't realize he was what 6'3", 240, 235.
Is that Dale Lee?
No, this guy right here.
Yeah. Wide shoulders.
He's wide shoulders.
Man, he's a
about 6
big
foot.
man.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
I said you got a guard or linebacker's body. He said my father wouldn't let me play football, all baseball.
It's a good thing. Smart decision. Especially with all the concussion things going on.
Hopefully that'll start. That may start bringing more kids over to baseball. Let's see. Broken bat, fly ball. Here comes the Shields. And he takes charge, makes the play, 2 outs.
Wow, did you see how that ball cut back all the way to center field? It's a lot of razor blades getting thrown out there tonight.
That one off the end of the bat.
Yeah, split right down the middle. Now you can tell that's an ash bat, not a maple bat, because if it was maple, the whole thing blows up. Those ash split down the middle a little bit. Difference in the type of wood.
There's Judy.
In my opinion, the ash is the way to go.
Judy tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. 8 runs on 12 hits, an error for Texas. Stranded 4. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. They've left 7 on.
I'll bring you 6. Come on, Goody, check in, man.
Last 8 batters have been retired by Texas pitching. And the Shields will get to record the 3rd out. And that's your ball game. The most redeeming thing about tonight, tomorrow's another day and another opportunity to get a win. The Mariners start 0-5 here at home. First time in franchise history they've opened 0-5 on a homestand.
Jay,
hey, thanks for coming, Jay. Way to go. Way to start off on a good note.
We've seen it before, though. You have to find a way to score some runs. I mean, this homestand, you have to. You have no choice in the matter. But you know, the only way to get things turned around and start having fun again is to score some runs and win a few ball games.
You got to get those rabbits on base early, score some runs early, and keep adding on and building on. But good to see you, boys. Thanks for allowing me in your home.
Absolutely, Jay.
We'll see you again next Tuesday.
Be well. Take care.
All right.
Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Brett and Bill.